on Sugarloaf, like I said, we was on top of them, they was underneath us. And they could go out and throw grenades at us. I ain't going to damage it. They'd throw grenades at us. They'd go, and then they'd go back. And the only way we got them out was our tanks went on the outskirts all the way around and come back in and shot them out. Shot napalm in there and 50 calibers. I was on Okinawa, and we was advancing towards Naha, and the gunny sergeant says, "Walt, take the prisoner back, but you be back here in a minute." I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "A minute?" He said, "You heard what I said." I said, "I'll be back." So I was taking this prisoner back. I started searching him. He only had one picture on him. That's it. Nothing else. He wouldn't give it up. I said, "Yes, yes." He said, "No, no." I said, "Yes, yes, I want the picture." Well, I looked at my watch and time was going by. I had to shoot him, get the picture, but I did. Do that, what to do. And he had a picture of Japanese soldiers cutting Chinese heads off, putting them in a cage. What's behind it, I do not know, except I was told maybe they were just checking their swords. I was told that if they cut a head off one whack, he's a good soldier. Whether it's true or not, I do not know. I'll show you the picture in a few minutes. Right now, we're telling what happened and why this was taken in China at the Great Wall. The Great Wall in China, and that is something to see, too. I've been all over it.
How did you all end up getting this Japanese prisoner in the first place?
He was lost. He was trying to find his company, trying to find some of his people. He was lost. He just showed up from nowhere. He threw his hands up when he saw us. So the gunny says, "Take him back. But you be back here in a minute. We got to move on." "Yes, sir."
Did that bother you that you were being asked to kill the prisoner?
No, sir, it did not bother me. I had to do what I had to do, and I'd done it. Nothing I'd done bothered me. Nothing.
What was the reason you weren't allowed to take him back to a prisoner of war camp?
Too far away. And you get stuck back there by yourself, them Japs all around you, no. That's what the gunny said. He said, "You be back here in a minute. We as a group. But you go back by yourself, get stuck out there, you're a dead duck."
Grammarly is your personal writing assistant for clear emails, confident messages, stronger essays.
This is a photo I got off that Jap. And that's the only thing he had on him. But when the gunny sergeant said, "You be back here in a minute," that meant I had to get back or be left, and I was not going to be left. So I had to shoot him. And got the picture and left him lay. Then rejoined, and we moved on.
And what are we looking at in this photo?
We're looking at a photo taken against the Great Wall of China, and looks like the Japanese soldiers, whether they're officers or not, I do not know, was trying to, well, they was really checking their swords, see how good sharp they are, I guess. And if they can cut a head off and put it in the cage in one whack, he was a good swordsman. So they told me. Now, that's all I know about it.
Who were the people they killed in the photo?
Chinese. They cut Chinese heads off and put it in and looked like a bird cage.
You know, that's a good example of the Japanese brutality. You know, during the war, just how brutal and inhumane they were.
Yes.
Were there any other experiences you had on Okinawa that made you realize just how ferocious and how bad the Japanese were?
Mister, what I done, I killed them first, you know. They taught me kill or be killed, and I killed and didn't ask no questions. And that's what I done. You couldn't trust them. If they got too close to you, they could have a grenade on you, they could have a pistol, you never know. So, shoot first and live longer.
Did you have any experiences with Japanese who were pretending to be dead?
Yes.
Can you tell me about
Yes. Yes, they pretend to be dead. And some of them pull other Japs on top of them. Yeah.
Can you tell me about those experiences?
Well, you know, when we moved ahead, we didn't have time to do a whole lot. Because we had to move. We may move one day and be pinned down for 2 days. And another day we may cover 5 miles. Just never know. Sometimes we was pinned down for 2 days and never got to move. But the Japanese I never trusted. You would find them laying there to think you were dead, but they either had a grenade in their hand or a pistol. And you had to be mighty, mighty careful how you handle it too. Sometimes I took the rifle with the bayonet on and turned them over. And when they move, I knew they was alive. So you shoot them, go about your business. It's cruel, but anyway, I done it.
Kansas City Steak Company offers delicious premium gifts at your